Okay, so now let's take a look at the questions on page 48, starting with question 3. And we're asked here to take 2p is equal to q plus r over 5. And the question wants me to isolate r. So the way in which the questions can say that is make r the subject of the equation, or write r in terms of q and p. I thought that was an essence of 5. Okay, step number 1, clear your fractions. If you have a fraction, it has to go. You don't work with them. So that means I'm going to multiply both sides of this particular equation by 5, and that will give me 10p is equal to q plus r. And because I want r, I just have to take q away from both sides. So 10p minus q is equal to r. And that's the rearranged equation. Number 5, the square root of x over y is equal to z. And in this case, they want me to get y on its own. They want me to make y the subject of this equation. Number 1, symbols in mathematics. No, you've got to make sure that symbols are removed, and either that their numerical equivalents are put in or that they're removed out of the equation altogether. So in this case here, the square root of x over y is equal to z. Square roots are easily removed. You square both sides. And remember I told you, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side, because equations are like balances. Yeah? When they're balanced, if you do anything to one side, it goes out of kilter. So therefore, whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. So I'm going to square both sides, and that will give me x over y is equal to z squared. Notice there's still a fraction left. What do we do? Yeah, clear the fraction. So multiply both sides by y, and you're going to end up with x is equal to z squared y. And z squared is multiplying y, so therefore you're going to bring it over here, divide across by it, and there's your answer for y. That's it. So again, clear the root, clear the fraction, and then anything multiplying y will go into this equation as a divisor on the other side. So because z squared is multiplying y, it will go in as a divisor of x on the left hand side. Okay, question 10. Question 10 says or, and all of these, by the way, are either physics formulas or they're mathematical formulas, is the cubed root of AB. And in this question, they want me to get A on its own, or they want me to make A the subject, or they want me to write A in terms of big R and B. Now again, you'll notice straight away, there's a cubed root, okay? But just think about that. If you want to get rid of a square root, you square. So therefore, if you want to get rid of a cube root, you're going to cube both sides. So when I do that, I get r cubed is equal to ab. And the last step in this case is, if you want to get a on its own, look at b. b is multiplying a, so therefore b on the other side will divide r cubed. And there it is. That's it. Number 13. A minus bc is equal to a half b. And again, the same thing. You've got a fraction there, and they want me to get b as the subject of this equation. Okay, step number 1, clear your fractions. So I'm going to multiply all terms by 2 to get 2a minus 2bc is equal to b. Now, when the number or the letter that you require to extract is on both sides of your equation, your job is to get it to the same side and to take it out as a common factor. Okay, so therefore 2a. Now, if I want to get rid of that minus 2bc from this side and end up with it over here, I have to add 2bc to both sides. So therefore, when I add 2bc to this, that'll cancel, and you'll get b plus 2bc. Now, 2a is equal to, look, b is common. b goes into itself once, and b goes into 2bc, 2c times. And finally, 1 plus 2c is multiplying b on the right hand side, so therefore 1 plus 2c will divide 2a on the left hand side, and there it is, equal to b. Okay, number 15. A equals p, so again the same thing, a equals p over p plus b. And in this case, again, they want you to get p. There's a surprise, because p is in 2 places. So we know what to do. If p is in 2 places, you have to get it to the same side of the equation and take it out as a common factor. But the golden rule here is, don't work with fractions. So to clear a fraction that has p plus b as a denominator, I'm going to multiply both sides by p plus b. So I end up getting a multiplied by p plus b is equal to p. And because brackets are present in algebra, that means you've got work to do. So I'm going to multiply p plus b both by a. That'll give you ap plus ab is equal to p. Now here's my job. Get the terms of p to the same side. So that ap has to go, meaning I've got to subtract ap from both sides. So ab is equal to p minus ap, and there you have it. Now take it out as a common factor. 1 minus a. The 1 minus a on the right hand side is multiplying p, so therefore the 1 minus a on the left hand side will simply divide. There it is. And finally, is that it? That's it, number 15. So did I do all them? Let me just check and make sure I've got them all done. So I've got question 3, 5, 10, 13 and 15. And they don't get any more difficult than that. That's as difficult as they get in terms of manipulation.